Hello and welcome to another edition of the WBA Blueprint. I am WBA Executive Director Brad Boyks, here to give you a few updates over the last couple of weeks. First, we have a new standard developers agreement that is available to all members on the members only side of the website. So this is the product of a group of developers working with WBA outside legal counsel Robert Proctor and trying to take some of the best pieces of developers agreements throughout the state and put them into one document that could either be used as a whole document, as a developer's agreement, or it's a Word document and you can pick and choose from the sections that you like on the website. So again, thank you to the group of folks that worked over the last couple of years on this product. Again, this is a member benefit on the members only side. It is on the contracts and forms section of the WBA website. There is a link on the email that will take you there. You do need your credentials, so if you have not received your credentials for the members only website, you will be prompted to do that to get access to that. So that is a new member benefit wanted to make you aware of today. Also, our efforts to update and streamline the process for submitting a building permit for a new 1 or 2 family home. AB 117 is moving a little bit quicker than its companion in the Senate. That did receive a 9-0 bipartisan vote out of the Assembly Housing and Real Estate Committee. That will be up for a vote sometime after 1 p.m. on Tuesday. So if you have an opportunity and you want to voice your support, you can call the legislative hotline at 800-362-9472. They will put you in contact with the member of the state assembly who represents you. If you know that person, they'll transfer you. Otherwise, they'll check your address and route you to the correct person, and just ask them to support Assembly Bill 117 to streamline the building process and the submission of the 1 or 2 family building permit. There also will be that phone number and link attached to this email as well, if you want to call today sometime to make your voice heard. Finally, moving on to the state budget. The state budget has moved forward in the process. The Joint Finance Committee finished their work on the state budget last week, and they will be looking forward to having that go to both houses of the legislature sometime next week to be voted on, first in the Assembly and then by the state Senate. So a quick rundown of issues that we were tracking. The first-time homebuyer savings account was deleted from the budget, but that is now moving as a standalone bill. So that was not in the final budget, but is moving as a standalone bill that we will support those efforts. Technology upgrades at DSPS, not exactly what the governor had introduced in his budget that we supported, but there will be some help for those efforts at DSPS. The TIF changes were eliminated. Provisions to allow municipalities to exceed the revenue caps were deleted. Registration fees will be going up, but not as much. A heavy truck provision was deleted, but there are a number of places where registration fees will increase. And the prevailing wage changes were deleted as well. One issue dealing with stormwater fees and the revenue caps, we opposed those efforts. That was added in the Finance Committee. We expect that to be deleted when it goes to the State Assembly as another amendment. So all eyes after the passage, likely next week in the Assembly and the Senate, will be what Governor Evers decides to do. He has a very powerful line item veto. Otherwise, one option is to veto the entire budget. That has not been done in Wisconsin since 1931. So once the legislature signs off, all eyes will be on the governor's office to see how he handles that document. Also, we had the legislative conference in Washington, D.C. 700 members from around the country participated in that event. That's the NAHB Annual Lobby Day. Special thank you to David Bellman, Brian McKee, and Ryan Krieger for attending the event and lobbying on your behalf with members of the Wisconsin delegation. We covered meetings of 9 members of the Wisconsin delegation. I had great meetings with members in the U.S. Congress and the United States Senate, touching on workforce and immigration, trade policy, housing finance reform, the low-income housing tax credit, national flood insurance, building energy codes, and really the one that had the most importance to us from a Wisconsin standpoint was the issue of cluster mailboxes. We've been dealing with this predominantly in Brown County, Outagamie County, and a little bit here in Dane County. There is a bipartisan bill introduced that would not ban, but would always give the customer the option of having on-site mailbox and not being forced into the cluster mailboxes. So that was an issue that was very important to Wisconsin, important to our members, and we had a chance to talk to each member of the delegation. I know for sure that because of our meetings and follow-up efforts, that we've had at least a couple of additional co-sponsors. Congressman Gallagher indicated his support and has signed on, and we're hoping for a few more. So really is an important part of what we do to have members go out to DC and advocate on behalf of important issues. Again, on the email, there is a link to an article that gets into a little bit more detail about what issues were covered in those meetings. And again, thank you for those that participated. Real quickly, we have heard from a number of members dealing with a part of the Uniform Dwelling Code that deals with foundations of new homes. It is a cross-reference in the UDC to ACI 322, the residential code requirements for structural concrete, and also issues with 320.10, the inspection requirements. So we have heard some issues with that and some concerns about the increased costs to doing foundations. We are looking into that. We're talking to members and going to be reaching out to DSPS to try to have a conversation about that code. So just a heads up on that issue as well. And finally, we are getting close to a week from Wednesday. We will start our 3-in-1 events here coming up. We have our member meeting day on Wednesday, June 26th. And that is going to feature the advocacy portion of our day, the membership and local officers portion of the day as well. At the we have the Secretary of DWD coming to join us for the membership and local officers group. We have legal representation from NAHB to talk about their legal efforts. And just added, we have Jim Tobin, who is the chief lobbyist for NAHB, will be joining us for our board meeting. So a really good number of speakers lined up for the member meeting day. And then later on that night, we have our fundraiser for Build Pack at Central Waters Brewing Company in Amherst. For those folks who are staying overnight, we have a shuttle bus that's leaving the hotel going to the brewery and back. That's a $100 personal contribution to Build Pack. We have a number of signups, so we hoping to have a strong finish for that. And then we have the Wisconsin Builders Foundation golf outing the next day on June 26th. That's Thursday. So opportunity to sign into all of those. Again, clickable links in this email to sign up for all three of those events. Hoping to see you then. So again, that's just a summary over the last couple of weeks and moving forward. We have a lot happening here with the state budget that we'll update you the next time that we talk, and hopefully some further progress on the efforts to streamline the submission of a building permit in Wisconsin. So thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate it and hope to see you all in a week at our member meeting day, Build Pack fundraiser, and golf outing. Thank you.